Timeless 106.1 FM KFFB. This is Bob Connell. Thanks so much for joining us for another open mic program. And we do have Dr. Stephanie Kekulawela with us right now. And thank you so much for taking time and talking with us.
Good to meet you, Bob. It's great to be here with you.
Well, we got to talk about something I think it's very unique, and that's the venous disease and also genetics. And I am just amazed of the knowledge that there is about this. And there's so many people that suffer from these problems with their legs and veins.
Absolutely. So venous disease is an under-recognized disease process. Have you ever heard of having aching legs at the end of a long day?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes.
And it doesn't matter what age you are. At the end of a long day, you can have aching legs, you can have swelling in your legs, you can have veins that are popping out, and you're wondering why. That's because you might have a disease process in your venous system that's causing the valves in your veins to regurgitate. They're not working properly. So what happens? Things get backed up, you have aching legs, your veins might be larger than they should be, and these varicosities can be observed. So in order to treat that, what my clinic is offering is services to actually review your venous system. What's going on down there? Do you actually have this disease, or do you have something else that's related to your arteries, which is a different process? But we would still love to help you with that. So with the veins, you can get ultrasounds done to actually evaluate to see if it's the valves that are leaking or other portions of the venous system, and we help you through that process.
Now, when we look at the veins on legs, I mean, sometimes it's something that can be cleared up with very little work and more almost cosmetic. I know that many men and women don't like wearing shorts because of that, and it's something that can be corrected.
Yes, absolutely. The cosmetic aspect is present because sometimes your great saphenous vein is not regurgitating. You just happen to have just slight spider veins here or varicose veins here and there that can be addressed.
Now, what can be a serious cause for that?
The great saphenous vein valve regurgitating would be the more serious aspect, and that can eventually lead to ulcers being formed in your legs, and that's why we need to address that sooner than later. And if you do have ulcers, we can manage those as well. Additionally to providing wound care through the various clinics that are available locally, we tend to go after the origin of it, which would be the large vein, and insert a little catheter in there, evaluate, and treat it within the vein itself, typically with one or so needle pokes, and you can go home the same day, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's amazing, you know, when you think about it. Then we talk about genetics. This is something that is very new to me. I know we've talked with breast care, talking about that it runs in genetics, and they can take some drastic measures because they see that for breast. But genetics is something that's really kind of changing the way the whole medical field is looking.
Absolutely. Genetics is changing lives. And most of all, it's very comprehensive as far as the services that can be done. So not only identifying breast cancer, you can identify uterine cancer, predilections, colon cancer, even other things such as prostate cancer. So there's a whole gamut of tests that can be run that can help identify certain disease processes before they actually become a problem for you. And you can also figure out if your loved ones might get certain diseases as well. So that's more of an important aspect too, because it's the whole family that you're taking care of and not just that individual.
So when you look at someone that says, okay, my family really don't have a whole lot of this or that, but maybe they have a certain item. Maybe they've seen that there's cancer, it might be heart disease. So all these things can be checked through your clinic. It
can be checked through the clinic. That's more down the road for us at this stage, but that is something that we aim to provide as well, because certain gene factors do affect certain types of diseases other than cancer, especially Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and things like that. So down the road, as the tests become more robust, those are some of the services that we hope to offer as well. Yes.
You know, when you look at also, people need to be asking those questions to their grandma and grandpa.
Absolutely.
And asking the aunts and uncles. They really need to get this to help their health, because it's not just for them, it's for their kids and grandkids.
Absolutely. I would totally agree with that, because your generation doesn't stop at you. It goes on to your nieces, nephews, kids, grandkids. So when you identify disease processes within yourself, you not only help you help the whole family, basically.
Now, let's go back to the veins. If someone's feeling pain in their legs, they need to have it checked out.
They should have it checked out, because you're not quite certain what it's from. It could be your arteries are not functioning quite well. It could be your veins not quite adequately giving you proper blood flow back to the heart. So those two circumstances can cause worsening problems down the road. And good news is it could be nothing at all too. So that's what I would love to help you figure out.
Okay, we got to talk about this. You work with the White River Medical Surgical Clinic at White River Medical Systems in Batesville. And one thing is, how did you decide to become a doctor?
It started when I was 3 years old.
Really? I've heard this. So, I know that this very young. Many folks make life-changing decisions, but that's amazing.
I wanted to be president when my grandmother asked, and then I also wanted to be a doctor when my grandmother asked me. So it was a whole gamut because I really wanted to help a large group of people as much as possible. And both areas are covered if you become president and a doctor. So
there you go. So that's very important. Well, so they can contact your clinic if we're looking at talking about a journey that you've taken from 3-year-old to here, but also just seeing how you can help people. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. And not just that, it's a humbling profession. I am very blessed to be who I am and have the knowledge to help those who need my help. And I want to say when I impact someone's life, it means so much to me. It really does, because that's the purpose that I have in my life. I have truly appreciated all the folks who have helped me accomplish my dreams, and I want to help others in the same capacity. If it's through their health or through some other system as well, mentoring students, providing education to others, that's my long-term goal for life. So it's great to be here.
Well, if folks have problems with their legs, ladies or men, if you're feeling like you're seeing some varicose veins that need to be touched, or you've got even some questions on genetics on that, that's something that can be answered. They can call the WRMC Surgical Clinic at 870-698-1846 and make an appointment with you.
Absolutely. And I look forward to seeing all of them. And it's going to be wonderful to serve the society around here, the community.
All right, we've been talking with Dr. Stephanie Kekulawela here on Open Mic. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. It's great to be here again. Take care.